Good afternoon. What's up, everybody? Guys, gals, everyone. Hard Knock Hunters, what's up? So, I've been going back and forth with myself the past few days about posting a video about this, but I feel it needs to be shared. Not to the extent I originally thought, but I need to share this. The other night I was sitting here in my truck having a cigarette, and I noticed 5 or 6 Oakland County sheriffs whipping down the road here, all trailering side by sides and four-wheelers in tandem, and they're just driving down the road. So it piqued my interest. I decided to follow them, with the understanding that over the past few weeks we've had a few people go through the ice on the surrounding lakes here in the area. So I kind of thought maybe that was the case. Decided to follow along with them, and come to find out, they went to a section of state land that I've actually hunted. And actually, if you've seen some of my videos, the one video where I build the blind on state land, the log cabin, it was that chunk of state land. We pull up, and of course nobody threw the ice there because there's no lake. The next thought is either a lost hiker, lost hunter, somebody who may have fallen in the woods, whatever the case may be, but somebody is in the woods. So my first reaction was to film it, of course, with 2 reasons in mind. One, it would make a really great video to go in and rescue somebody and get somebody out of the woods. 2, for more of an educational type purpose. Remind people that it's super important to tell people where you're at. I personally drop a pin anywhere I have a tree stand, and I share it with my wife. I think everybody should do that. And if you don't have a wife, share it with a friend, a brother, a sister, whoever, another hunter. And I know it can be taboo to share your hunting spot, but really, who cares? It's way more important for people to know where you're at. That being said, again, I pulled the camera out, started recording. Little ways into it, I did find out that the person missing is actually the father of my wife's childhood friend, which was pretty unfortunate. So at that point, I kind of just gave up on the camera, and I was invited to be a part of the search party and was asked to invite more people out for a search party. So spread the word as fast as I could, got everybody, the information they needed, the location, whole 9 yards. And unfortunately, before we even got to do the search party, they did locate him, and he didn't make it. Now, I'm not suggesting that he did anything wrong by not sharing his location, or that it's his fault in any way, or placing any kind of blame anywhere. All I'm saying is, we were there for probably 4 hours, and nobody knew exactly where his tree stand was. Even a hunting buddy that he had that showed up, a few family members that showed up, none of them really knew even the rough area he was sitting in. So they kind of guessed and gave the police a direction to go, and unfortunately it was the wrong direction. He wasn't very far from where he parked. It was just in the wrong direction. So by the time the police started the grid at one end and made it to where he was, it had been several hours. I don't know that if we would have got to him any quicker, things would have been any different. I can only hope. But again, just sharing your location with somebody could have meant all the world to this situation. Again, unfortunately, he didn't make it. We found out later that he did suffer a heart attack while he was in the woods. So again, don't know that it would have made a difference, but at the end of the day, you never know. It could have saved that guy's life. So share your location, guys. Tell people where you're going. I personally like to hunt with a buddy. A lot of my buddies think I'm a little weird because I constantly hit them up asking them to go out in the woods, and a lot of times if they don't go, if I'm not hunting close to home or a very familiar piece, I won't go. I truly believe in the buddy system, and if I don't have a buddy to go with, you better believe I'm dropping a pin where I parked and where I'm sitting, and I share that with my wife. And I also use the onX app, which is great, by the way. If you don't have it, get it. It's super easy to use. It's nice to have, especially if you hunt with a couple buddies. I drop pins on that map like nobody's business. It looks like a piece of Swiss cheese with all the pins I've dropped all over the map. But in using that, my buddies know right where I'm at. They know all of my stand locations. They know all of the areas I've scouted, tracked. They know it all. So it makes life way easier if something were to happen. So again, just as a PSA, tell people where you're at, man. It can make a big difference. It can save your life. Make everybody else's a lot easier.